Hi guys, welcome back to Neo Racing. We are at the third race now in the Clio Cup car around Oulton Park Island circuit. Revs rising, wave the green, and Footman sees the green a bit too early, and I think that's a jump start there. So that'll be an extra 20 seconds added on to his race time at the end. As we come down towards the first corner now. Bits are sliding sideways through the first corner. I think everyone else through there cleanly. Yes. Everyone else through there cleanly. Neil Farmack further back, Jay Houston further back as well from the random grid as we go down towards Cascades. Bister has a little look at the inside of Footman, has to think twice about it. Jamo almost runs into the back of him. And meanwhile a bit further back, I think we've got a little bit of contact back there. Jay Houston goes round, so Jay Houston, another bad start for him as we rejoin the leaders now. Footman under pressure from Bidster, Jamo and TY side by side. Further behind, we'll see who comes out in front. It's just Jamo from TY, he gets pushed out onto the curb. Here's a replay of what happened further back on board with Jay Houston. We've got Callum on the right and Azadar Blade on the left in front of us. Callum goes into the corner, loses the back end, goes out, exit stage left. Jay Houston goes wide to anticipate him going wide on rejoin, and then just loses the back end of the car into the wall, so unlucky there for Jay Houston. To the curb, as further back we've got some more people side by side, but we come down towards the Knickerbrook chicane. And Bister loses it under brakes, has to come out from behind Footman. I think Footman braked a bit too early there, Bister had to avoid him. And Bister's going backwards now, everyone else trying to avoid him as they come into the chicane. Stevie gets to cut the grass. Seat one there, the contact as Stevie rejoins, Bister's rejoining in the background. So there's Bister, he's in last place now with Jay Houston, so he's got some work to do now. Azadar Blade with a little mistake there also as we come up the hill towards Druids. Seat one and Neil. Close as you like into Druids, a bit of contact, seat one goes round, seat one backwards, and I think we've got another car off as well, Footman's off as well, so we'll get a replay. He's looking on board from Jamo, coming out to Knickerbrook on the first lap, see Bister move out there and then loses it on the back, under brakes, and hits Footman, and then it's backwards, he's thinking, oh, everyone's coming towards me. Jamo takes the scenic route and rejoins. Here's another angle of the Knickerbrook chicane incident on lap one. Bister loses it there backwards, and now on board with Keith. TY just misses Bister. Jamo goes left, TY goes right, and Keith luckily just gets away with it all. Here's a replay of what happened to Footman coming in through Druids and just loses the rear end into Druids over the other side and tries to recover it, but he just spits him out the other way and just taps the wall, and he's just losing places and places and places. Quickly finds reverse and then gets back on the track, and then boom, gets hit by Azadar Blade because he should have rejoined just on the curb, shouldn't have gone to the middle of the track. As we come down towards Lodge, when the camera gets itself in, oh, Stevie making a late dive there, but again the camera just going all faulty on us again, typical project cars. So there we are, Jamo in the lead from TY into towards Old Hall, first corner as we go round. That's all fine there as we look at Neil Farmack with Stevie right behind him. Stevie flashing the light saying, I'm going to get you. Callum there with Jay Houston behind, Bister behind as well, so they've made up places because of Azadar and Footman and Seek's faux pas on that last lap as Bister on the curb trying to get past Jay Houston in the background. On two wheels and up, Blakeney's off, exit stage left, Bister has to stamp on the brakes because he almost runs into the back of Blakeney there. So the two future teammates for next week's new season, the variety season on Project Cars. Oh, and Bister's up the inside of Blakeney, taking no prisoners there. And Blakeney goes off, I don't think there was any contact, we'll get a replay. Here's a replay on board with Blakeney, just to see if he had any contact with Bister coming into the hairpin. Bister's up the inside, Bister's turning it, and Blakeney just gave him a bit too much room and then took some bollards out and went rally crossing. As Jay Houston and Callum now towards Knickerbrook, side by side. Who's going to be the best on the brakes? Callum's got the inside line and he's late on the brakes. He's going to get the inside. Jay Houston's going to go around the outside of him. Fantastic move from Jay Houston there. Bister behind Callum now, looking to try and make up places. As they go up the hill now, Bister looking to go side by side with Callum up the hill. Will they have the drive side by side with him now? Giving each other plenty of racing room there. As Bister goes around the outside of him into Druids and he's catching Jay Houston up as well over the curb. So Bister up to 7th place now. The leaders are still close, Jamo and TY. There they are coming out of Lodge. So Jamo keeping TY back here, doing a very good job as Jay Houston. Oh, the camera's just gone funny again. We'll have to wait for him to come out the corner. There we go. Stevie runs wide. Jay Houston follows Bidster, not as wide as the others as they come over the line now. That's lap 2 out of 9 completed. Still quite a way to go in this race. As we look at Bidster all over the back of Stevie now. Jay Houston, Jay Houston all over the back of Stevie, and now Bidster's all over the back of Jay Houston. As I think TY up front's made a little mistake and Jamo's got ahead. There we go, so Jamo's made a gap, TY makes an error. We'll get a replay. As in the background, Bidster still harassing Jay Houston. He's looking up the inside. Now Jay Houston says, no you don't, sunshine, you're going around the outside if you do go past. So as we go into the hairpin, Stevie gets passed by Jay and mugged by Bidster as well at the same time. So good opportunistic driving there by Bidster, following Jay Houston through. Stevie gets well and truly mugged, down to 7th place. And I think we've still got a decent battle at the back. It's Seat 1 and RZR Blade at the back, battling it out for. It just proves that people will battle just as hard for the last place as they will for other positions. As Stevie now getting the good push by Callum, saying, there you go sunshine, there's a little push up the hill for you. As Bidster now closing up behind Jay Houston on a fight back after that miserable first lap, and to avoid footman and then got into a spin. But looks like everyone's used to the car now again. Oh, Jay Houston slow out of the corner and Bidster catapults him off into the corner. Yellow car, corner pocket. Bidster loses time, we'll get a replay on that. He's replayed between Jay and Bidster on lap 3 into Druids. Onto the brakes goes Jay Houston, who loses the back end, and then look at him, and then Bidster nowhere to go. Jay Houston had already lost control. Bidster tried his best to stop, but couldn't avoid the contact. As we resume after that incident, Callum ahead of Bidster, sideways into the corner. Very aggressive driving by Bidster. He's up the inside of Callum now. Let's have a look at this. Oh, the camera's just gone funny again, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. There we go. Bidster's just ahead of Callum. Will he go around the outside, or will he have to give way to Callum on the inside? He has to. Oh, he sticks with it round the outside. Fantastic move from Bidster there. Round the outside into 4th place now. Next target Keith, but he's got to try and shake these lot first. As we go into look at this style of Bidster, just throwing the car into the corner. And then up behind we've got Jay Houston. And is that TY? No, that's Jay Houston there. It's TY and Stevie into the hairpin, and that was the contact there I didn't see, but we'll get a replay. But TY goes off backwards. There's a replay of what happened between Stevie and TY. See Stevie squeezing, not leaving TY any room. Puts him on the grass, and then he spins around under brakes. So nothing TY could do there. Squeeze just giving him Stevie giving him too much of a squeeze. As we rejoin, Bidster now trying to get away from Callum and trying to catch up with Keith in front of him, but we're just going to look nearer the back now. We've got Footman under attack from Seek coming out of the hairpin, so they're quite close together. That's another battle we'll keep an eye on towards the end of this race. We'll just go a bit further forward. Jay Houston being caught by TY after his little exit at the hairpin. Callum and Stevie still close together. Callum very sideways, he's on the grass, just the back end just stepping out on him, getting really good bad oversteering. That Clio, the Clio is known for oversteering. It's very hardly sprung at the back, so you can throw it in at the front and the back end will just bounce around everywhere. So it's a very precise car control with this car, as you see a lot of people struggling for grip. Oh, Seat 1's off in the background. Seat 1 goes round, so Seat 1 down to last place now. RZR up to 11th. As we've still got TY and Jay Houston close on track here, coming down towards Old Hall. Jay Houston, nice tidy line into there. TY up on 2 wheels out of that corner, doing a Bidster with the curbs, absolutely gunning for it. As here we go. Oh, we've got a spinner in the background. Who was that? We'll get a replay. Here's a replay of the person who was the spinning culprit in the background, and it's Callum sideways into the corner, can't keep it, it hits the wall, then a bang! He keeps his left lock on and gets hit by Stevie as he goes round. He's in the middle of the track still, and then Jay Houston and TY just miss him, and then he finally gets going. So it was Callum who was the victim there. Replay. As we look at Bidster now, going around the outside of Keith, he's going to make it stick. It'd be a miracle if he does. Keith's got the inside out of the corner, but doesn't have the drive. Bidster goes through. So Bidster into third place now. As we look at Jay Houston and TY still close together in the background. And now Footman. Oh! Footman gets turned round there. I don't know who that other driver were. I think it's Blakeney. So Footman gets turned round by Blakeney. There he's rejoining in the Nick Hamilton coloured car. So yes, got turned around there. We'll get a replay. And here's a replay of something that happened just behind Callum after he spun. Footman and Blakeney into Cascades. Footman a bit sideways. I think Blakeney still goes wide and bang! Hip and shoulder. Out my way, Blakeney. I'm coming through. Shove. And then they come down towards the hairpin here. Footman defends and then comes across in front of Blakeney and takes himself off. So that's what happened between them two. As we go back towards the leaders, Jamo in the lead, Neil closing up now. So Neil's closing up on the leader. Jamo's coming under pressure now as Bidster's dispatched Keith. So yeah, there is Bidster's on the move now to try and catch the leaders as well. So we've got Footman a bit further back with RZR Blade. Blakeney's still ahead. So from the culprit of that accident a minute ago, we get Jamo and Neil slightly track limits there, boys. But ever so slightly. I don't know if I need my glasses checking, but that was some decent track limits as Jamo goes through Cascades rather sideways, and even more sideways on exit. It looks like he's got a very loose setup on that car, or he's finding it hard to handle as they go down towards the hairpin now. So down towards the hairpin, tight on the brakes. Jamo goes a bit deep, but so does Neil. Neil follows him. Neil a bit tighter out the corner as he looks for a way around, and Jamo's closing off the inside, saying no you don't, if you're going around me you're going the long way, I'm not going to make it easy for you. As we go down towards the chicane now at Knickebrook, onto the brakes, into the right, into the left, and into the last right as they go up the hill, Clay Hill. Good bit of driving there by them too. We'll just have a brief look at some battles a bit further back. Let's have a look what we've got here. We've got Callum and TY quite close here, coming down towards the Knickebrook chicane also. So we'll keep an eye on this. There's Stevie and Jay Houston going through as we look into the chicane. TY closes up. Callum. Oh, I thought Callum was up on two wheels. TY even more, putting on a show for everyone here on two wheels. He's driving like what Bidster would be like on the curbs. It's not like TY to be doing that, but good aggressive driving by TY, making it very entertaining to watch as we go through. Stevie's off into the gravel backwards there. So Stevie goes off. Callum gets a bit distracted by that. Will TY pounce? Callum says no you don't, sunshine, you're going left if you're going past me. As we go down towards Lodge, and just covers it off and lets TY have a second think about it as they go out of Lodge now. TY with the run out of Lodge as they come up the hill. Over Dealey, over the line towards Old Hall, and I can tell you in the front, Jamo's lost it. You can see a big gap at the front now as we go side by side through Old Hall. We're going to stick with this for now, stick with the entertaining stuff. Still side by side down towards Cascades. Callum should have the inside if he can hold on around the outside, that little kink. Still side by side, fantastic racing there. I think it was still side by side, coming down towards the hairpin. Oh, brilliant stuff. Bidster's in second place now near the front. So Bidster's got Jamo after that. So we'll get some replays on what happened at that action. But as TY wins the battle that took about half a lap to do, well done, good driving there by both. Here's Bidster, he's got past Jamo now. So Jamo's gone backwards. Neil's in the lead. So Neil's in the lead in the blue Clio. So Neil takes advantage. Here's a replay of what happened to Jamo for him to lose the lead on lap 7, coming down towards Cascades, just gets a wheel on the white line, then slides sideways, plants the power, and then it flicks him the other way, and ends up trying to go around the Foster's circuit, and then does some more grass cutting to rejoin, and you'll see Bidster go past there. Yeah, Bidster's going to come through here, he's going to have the momentum, and Bidster goes round Jamo back down to third place. As we look a bit further down, let's have a look back here. Seek 1, there is Seek 1 coming out the hairpin, should be followed by Footman in the background. There he is, just coming out the corner in the background. So Seek in 10th place there. Let's have a look and see if there's anything else happening on track at the minute. Let's have a look, there's Stevie Stevie's been caught by... oh, Stevie's passed TY, so TY's either made a mistake there or something. We'll get a replay. As we go back to have a look at Jay Houston crossing the line in 5th place on his own now. Bit of an up and down race for him. And Jamo and Bidster running close together now. Bidster can't shake Jamo. Jamo's staying with him, so good pace from Jamo in this. Obviously likes the Clio. So don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a random grid, so randomly selected grid. That's why things were a bit more juggled and chaotic than normal. So that's what made for entertaining racing, as Stevie is now being passed by TY. TY gets back up to 7th place now, and he's on the move. Slight bit of track limits and all. As they go down towards Cascades now, let's have a look bit further back. Footman and RZR battling it out for last place. So 11th and 12th place has been fought for there. We'll come back to that in a little bit. Lap 8 out of 9 now. As we come round Old Hall, very sideways Footman there. As we look, oh, TY's had another off in the background. TY not having a good night at all. He's had, I think in every race he's spun at least what is, well, apart from the first race, he's spun at least once in the others. So spun a couple of times in the Formula C and spun once in this, and wide again. TY really struggling with that Clio there. He might even lose more time here as he rejoins from the international chicane. So TY not having a good race here at all. So let's check in with his leader on his last lap, Neil Farmack, in the white and yellow car. I don't know why I said blue car earlier. It's a white and yellow car for definite. Need my eyes checking. So Neil is in 1st place there. Bidster in 2nd. Jamo falling back a bit in 3rd place now. As then we've got Keith, a very solid 4th place there. A good haul of points there for Keith, because we're doing a little points tally in this little championship. I'll fill you in on the points in the next race. As we go out of Old Hall now, as it's still a decent battle further back at the back of the grid. TY's at the back now, so TY having yet more trouble in that Clio. Try not to be last if you can avoid it. But here comes Neil through Nickelbrook for the last time. Very smooth, very precise, doing what Neil does. Neil Farmack, one of our cleanest racers on Neo Racing. If you want an example of clean racing, watch Neil Farmack. He's a good driver, driven well in this one. As we look at TY now. Oh, sideways again. RZR Blade catching him up again, going past. Having a look side by side into Cascades. Will TY be able to hold on to the car this time as he go round? It's possible. No, that's a no. He spun round, seat one's off as well. But Neil Farmack comes across the line to win the Clio race. Well done to Neil Farmack. Good win there. Good race. Bidster across the line in 2nd. He'll be happy with that from near the back of the grid in a few incidents. Jamo in 3rd place. Keith is going to come through in 4th place somewhere around here. There he is out of Lodge. Jay Houston will be 5th. Callum will be 6th. There's Callum. Stevie's going to be 7th. Blakeney is coming up towards Druids now. He'll hopefully be 8th. Footman, oh, very sideways Footman. Hopefully he'll be 9th, but then we'll stick with this battle. This is RZR Blade and Seek battling it out for 10th and 11th place. So it's not over yet. It's not over till the fat lady sings, as they say. So we've got Stevie there coming up over Deer Leap, crossing the line very slowly. What's happened to Stevie there? Stevie's going very slowly. Is he can't be out of fuel because fuel's not on. He's stopping near the line. What's wrong with him? He's stopping near the line. Blakeney goes through and steals 7th at the last minute. So I don't know what was happening there, but Stevie slows down to let Blakeney through, so obviously something must have happened on that last lap there. Footman comes across the line in 9th place. RZR Blade will get ahead of Seat 1 to finish 10th, 11th for Seat 1. And a horrible race for TY ends in even more disaster because it's 12th place for TY. So unlucky there for TY. But there's your winner, Neil Farmack, coming up to Druids. Well done, Neil Farmack, and we'll see you for the next one. Take care.